One of the problems with recruiting for investment banking is not the knowledge or skills you acquire, but the access to talk with real investment bankers to put your best foot forward. Our sponsor, WSO Academy, can provide those connections with 60 head mentors who are finance professionals at top firms like Goldman, Centerview, and JP Morgan. Imagine being able to get on the phone within 24 hours with one of the Academy's 1,300 mentors right before a critical interview. Get on the waitlist for WSO Academy today by clicking the link in the show notes or by visiting wallstreetoasis.com/academy. All right. Welcome to Investment Banking Insights. This is the only show dedicated to helping you learn both the technical and non-technical aspects of investment banking. I'm so excited that you're here with me. My name is Alex Mason, and I am your host, and I'm walking with you on this journey. I don't care if you're a career pivoter. I don't care if you already are in investment banking. I don't care if you're young. I don't care if you're old. I don't care where you come from in life, what neighborhood or part of the country or part of the world. I'm here to help you. And I'm so grateful that you're joining me. We're talking about the technical aspects of investment banking in this section. I might as well call it a season of the podcast, these first few hundred episodes where we're just really digging into these concepts. And today I want to talk to you about leveraged buyouts. Specifically, today's question is this: how do you increase your leveraged buyout returns? How do you increase LBO returns? Now, remember, as an investment banker, you're the advisor to the client here. So you're advising the private equity firm, for example, about how to increase their returns on their leveraged buyout. And in order to understand how to help the client, we need to understand the client's motivations and what their business model is. And for private equity firms, well, they want to have a high rate of return for their shareholders. That's why they're doing these leveraged buyouts. So we know what a leveraged buyout is, and we know generally how it's done through the past dozen plus episodes. But how can we boost investor returns from the perspective of the clients? Well, there's a number of variables that we can optimize in order to increase the profit. Okay, I'm going to list these out for you here. There's 5 different things. Number 1, first, we're going to lower the purchase price of the deal. Lower the purchase price. If you can get the same asset for cheaper, that's going to increase your return, all else being equal. And this is true for any asset, not just a business purchased through a leveraged buyout. So the lower the price, the more undervalued the company can be acquired for. Number 2, we can increase the sales price of the exit. So higher multiples and higher valuations on the way out of the deal. In general, it favors the seller when they're ready to realize a return on their investment. So if you take the same asset and somehow you're able to find the right customer, you're able to market it in the right way in a certain market environment where instead of 7 times EBITDA, you can get 8 times EBITDA, or instead of 10 times EBITDA, you can get 15, and that's going to increase your returns. Number 3, you can use more leverage. Remember, a leveraged buyout uses debt as this tool to amplify the returns of the investors. So when things go right, a lot of money can be made. Many, many millions can be made this way. So the higher the leverage, the higher return on equity that's being put into the deal. Remember, the private equity firm themselves may kick in some money as a general partner, and the investors or limited partners of the private equity firm will put in their money as well. And then they'll borrow a ton of money from the bank. So if they can borrow most of that money from the bank and use that capital and put it to work, then they can realize a big return. So using more leverage can increase returns potentially. Number 4, have a higher growth rate. Remember, the leveraged buyout is buying a company, a living, breathing company that has revenue, that ideally has profits. If that revenue, if those profits can grow faster through the aspects of the deal, through the management team who's running the company, then that'll increase the value of the company, right? So a higher growth rate can increase returns. Pretty simple there. And then this last aspect, number 5, is higher margins. Higher margins. If the private equity firm is able to cut expenses in the business while maintaining or growing revenue, remember, it doesn't do any good to cut expenses and have revenue fall too. Now, that allows your margins to increase. And this is generally a good thing because it increases the profitability of the business. A more profitable business can potentially mean a higher multiple for the enterprise value of the firm. So that is going to increase your returns also. So, just a quick recap of these 5 things. Number 1, lower the purchase price of the deal. Number 2, increase the sales price of the deal on the way out. Number 3, use more leverage. Number 4, have a higher growth rate. And remember, this growth rate can happen either naturally or via acquiring fast growing businesses. And then number 5, higher margins. So these are the things that can increase the returns on investment during an LBO. All right, that's what I got for you today here on Investment Banking Insights. My name is Alex Mason. I'm so grateful that you're here listening. If you're loving the show, go ahead and share it with a friend. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.